featuring Kelsa and Virgil Levenger. Boom. These are some other Twitch streamers who are also part of Math Squad. That is Adam Kobel's stream. And I decided that I needed some awesome people to help me with this three-player game. I did the one of the hands in the wrong direction. There we go. Bam, nailed it.
Perfect.
Yep, I recovered. No one saw anything, and this isn't being recorded or live streamed, so it's
Nothing.
fine.
We'll edit it out.
Yeah,
Like,
use
when
the
we go
green
back
screen
in
to
time.
edit it out in post.
Mm-hmm.
well, he's the time machine right there.
Yeah, so if you wanted to follow along with the rules, I am posting in the chat where you can pick up Downfall. It's also in the YouTube comment section if you want to go ahead and click down there. This is available from Less Than 3 Games, and it was written by Carolyn Hobbs. Downfall is a collaborative role-playing game for 3 people. It takes 2 to 4 hours to play. We create a fictional society together, and then we play out its destruction. The object of the game is to find out how our society collapses to make its downfall tragic, beautiful, and meaningful. Together, we'll create a rich world, play characters struggling amidst the growing chaos, and witness the self-destruction of our home. Now, normally we'd need 1 copy of every character sheet, 7 index cards, and a pen or pencil, but we have Roll20, so we basically need none of those things, which is pretty cool. So, that's the basics of Downfall. We'll go into that a little bit more in a minute, but let's talk about who we are, starting with Virgil. Virgil, who are you? Where can people find you, and what do you do?
Hey, how's it going, everybody? I do a bunch of role play on Twitch, and most of that gets sent to YouTube. My Twitch channel is twitch.tv/Zircon5. You can check that out for lots of Dungeon World games and stuff, and I spend a lot of time here on AP Gaming as well. If you want to see when I'm going live with my roleplay, you can follow me on Twitter at Virgil Levenger. And there's plenty of stuff to see, usually 4 or 5 days a week of gameplay. So come check us out.
All right.
I'm ready to do some gaming right now. So I've never played this game. I'm excited.
It just came out.
Oh, that's
pretty
probably
cool.
why.
It's
Yeah.
pretty cool. I haven't actually got to play it yet either, but it's super awesome.
Yeah, and Kelsa, who are you? Where can people find you, and what do you do?
Hi, I'm Kelsa, and you can find me on the internet. Um, I stream on Twitch, Kelsa Delphi, KELSDELPHI, and mostly random video games when I get a chance because I have a day job that takes up a surprising amount of time. But then I also stream role-playing games. I'm running a Dresden Files game, and then I show up lots of other cool streams like this one. So.
I like how she included this in the cool streams.
Mm-hmm.
How is... I'm probably going to get this wrong. I'm going to just call it the Gritch stream. It's like the post Roll20 presents Apocalypse World Gritching. It's Gritchatized. I just remember it being based around like everything that happens after Gritch becomes the Matrix.
Yes, the post Gritch Apocalypse World game, tied up in a neat little bow. I won't spoil anything for you, but it wasn't a happy ending for everybody involved.
That's true. You haven't spoiled it because it's Gritch involved. So Gritch is be Gritchin'.
I
Great.
you know, there's a happy ending and there's a not so happy ending, and there's
it's fiasco ending. Got it. One
yeah.
person wins and everyone else loses.
So I thank you for mentioning that, because I totally forgot. We just started our new game after that. We're going to be playing Shadowrun, and our first session of that was last Saturday, and we're going to be doing that on Saturday.
So my first encounter with you, Kelsa, was
I know.
I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna get this cool crew together, and I'm gonna try Shadowrun 5e, and we're gonna use the easy rules, and we're just gonna use the Shadowrun Quick Start PDF." And the PDF's like, "Yeah, cool, everything you need is in here." And then one of the players is like, "I want to use my drone deathbot," and I'm like, "Wow, you know what? It's on his character sheet." and there's no rules for it.
There's no rules for it.
And he
There,
just literally like rolled out and murdered everyone. But in the process, it was like, reference this rule page. And I'm like, okay, this is in a 600-page rule book. And I'm like, all right, somewhere on this giant chart of 50 things is the rules for shooting behind cover in less than 10 feet with a 3-round burst with an armor rating. Oh, man. That destroyed me.
we're
I
using
I
second ed
hated that.
rules, which
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know if it's easier or harder. I'm going to be
No, it's
totally
way easier.
honest.
5th edition is terrible.
I came up with a character concept that is really ridiculous, and I managed to survive our first encounter. So I'm pretty proud of myself. So
I gotta say, the latest Mirror Shades was amazing.
oh,
They
I know.
really brought it. It's less
I'm
relationship simulator
not
and
caught
more
up.
actual Shadowrun.
Don't spoil.
So
All right, no
the
spoiler, bro. No spoiler.
sorry, it's that's funny because actually the premise of my Shadowrun character is that Shadowrun is like a manga or a TV show in our universe of Mirror Shades, and her only exposure to the Shadow world up until the point when a group of runners nabbed her from her job was watching Mirror Shades anime, and she's like, "This sounds really cool, guys. I want to try," and um then it's all downhill, really.
Who was that guy from Roll20 Mold Bay? Was it like Lumpy? He's like, oh my gosh, guys. Sounds like that guy.
Super like that, actually,
I'm
because
going on an adventure. Here, take all of my money. I'll walk at the front of the party.
it's very, very much like that, except I hope she actually survives.
Uh, all right, so let's talk about Downfall. We got some facilitating to do. I will be facilitating this game because I've read the rules maybe a bit.
Maybe.
That happened. Fortunately, this game doesn't have a GM, so don't need to worry about it. And the rules are pretty straightforward. There's some mixing up of things at one point, but other than that, it's going to be fine. We're fine. It's simple. Our game is set in Haven, a flourishing society that is ultimately destined to fall. The cause of this destruction is the flaw. It is a human trait we'll see expressed through the culture of Haven, and is the philosophical foundation upon which Haven is built. The flaw is the core theme of our game. We'll craft our home by selecting elements, which are ideas we'll take as inspiration to help us make a unique world. Once we've established the physical traits of Haven, we'll then create the society's traditions. Traditions are the practices and beliefs that define our Haven's culture. They embody the flaw. Traditions seem benign at the outset, but during play we'll gradually twist them into sources of corruption within the Haven. With these few simple steps, we'll have created a whole society together, complete with a rich physical detail and an interesting and detailed culture. Now, they come with a number of pre-generated worlds that we could use, but we're all content creators, and I figured we'd probably just want to make our own stuff. Plus, there's one element I absolutely want to use, and I'll explain why after I pick it. And we will do that
That's
individually
cheating.
and silently. So,
Can we get
at
some
the root
background
of the
music?
society is the flaw. So before we choose the name of the society, anything about it, we pick what is it that corrupts the society and eventually leads to it exploding and dying. And we have some example flaws here. Ambition, classism, complacency, cowardice, greed, jealousy, loyalty, materialism, nationalism, perfection, pride, racism, selfishness, sexism, and vanity. And so I figured we could just workshop here and talk about which ones kind of jump out and things you wanted to discuss.
I was thinking bad executive decisions.
So, like, pride or nationalism, maybe?
Yeah, like nationalism, and like everyone just wants to like make the nation so great that they just will be like, here's an idea that we could try to
Yeah.
make things better for
So
everybody.
you're doing this in reverse. We pick the flaw and then we describe what that means to each of us, and we like set down what the flaw specifically is.
Oh, so this is a very broad.
You start with picking a broad term and then you narrow it down by saying like, yeah, Pride. These people are always out strutting their stuff. They have like the largest military in the world and complete control over the
Yeah, I don't know if
seas.
pride is exactly the descript.
I like
I want to say more like incompetence. Like they mean well.
I like complacency.
Complacency.
Yeah.
Interesting. I had jumped out at pride, nationalism, racism, and sexism were the four that I had wanted to put forward. I couldn't choose.
Mine
I was
are
like, they're all so good.
complacency, vanity, cowardice, and greed. But I'm okay with nationalism.
Virgil, you
Uh,
good with nationalism?
yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about what that means. And in the process, we're going to write it on the center of this big card, the card that represents the thing we're destroying.
Too many windows open.
Let me see if I can get like a jaunty text thing to like represent,
A gentil text.
nationalism. That's actually a really cool text type. Boom.
Especially for the word nationalism.
Yeah, I know,
mean,
right? And then
yeah,
let's like blow it
specifically.
up.
Blow it up, son.
Oh, man.
Enhance, Arthur. Enhance.
That okay,
Zoom in
so
again.
instantrapairhorn.com is amazing, by the way. I've been looking for something like that for like a year and a half. It's literally just a button on a website and you click on it and it makes that rap air horn that's like boo.
No way.
Yep, instantrapairhorn.com. I feel like I want to use it all the time, but now if I start doing it on stream, everyone's going to be like, "Oh, that noise."
Yeah, I feel like you need it on a keychain though, probably.
Oh, yeah. I need to get it on my phone. There's an app. So.
There's an app.
This.
It's like the GG button.
Okay.
That's big.
So we have nationalism. What specifically does that mean to us? I think in some part it's about making bad choices based on like leadership, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, bad
Everyone's
choices
just like,
happen.
yeah, we should do this because America.
Well, yeah, like because America's
Because
great is
even.
why we should do it,
Yeah. All right. Cool. So the
and it's
reason
going to
for
be even better. Like we can't let bad stuff happen to anyone here because we're the best.
even is the best is the description for our nationalism. Yeah. Nothing bad will ever happen. We'll never grow old.
Uh-huh. Never gonna grow old.
All right. Now it becomes a bit of like a covert part. Each of us is going to choose an element independently, and we'll reveal all of them at the same time. Now, because I'll be typing mine, the stream will know what I'm putting in. However, the one I'm choosing is awesome and great. And the instant I saw it on the page, I was like, whenever I play this game, this is going to be my element.
So wait, we're putting
We're gonna
elements of-
type it into our chat, and then we're all gonna reveal ours by hitting enter at the same time. So elements are things that are going to make up Haven. Elements are things like air, blood, caves, gravity, highway, hills, rain, noise, sea, void, water. There's a huge list with bigger examples, and you can just make up your own. I'd prefer that we stick to what's in the book here, unless anybody has
I
a
don't have the
really
book.
cool element.
I don't have
I've
the
got
book.
mine picked.
That's
Just
fine.
let me know when everyone's got theirs picked and typed, and then we'll all just hit enter.
Well, I
I've
need to
got mine
think.
picked. I don't know.
Could you
this
read a
is a-
couple more of those examples for me?
Sure. Air, blood, cave, chains, clouds, death, dirt, dream, dust, echo, empire, fire,
Well,
grass. You got one?
I think I got one. We'll
Okay.
see.
You
if
ready?
think that's yeah.
All right. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh,
Oh.
man. Yeah,
Ooh.
a hungry empire with a highway. Perfect. Oh, boy. Okay. Now we're going to figure out what all these things mean. Using these three elements, create the physical world and the haven that exists within it. Brainstorm a setting together, spending a few minutes describing how each element or their combinations define the world of Haven. Make sure to use all three elements. Don't talk about culture. We're just talking about the physical nature of the world.
All right. So I definitely I feel like with with the combination of Empire and Highway, I feel like this is definitely you know, all roads lead to Rome kind of thing where you've got this is like the capital of a sprawling empire, and there are just roads from all directions just mainline directly to this city.
Yes, I like that. I want to throw hunger in there as well as being super important. I feel like all three work together to create this place, this like capital city, the center of all things of culture. But it's so big. It's like the first modern city of its type. It can't support
There's
its population, and so it
Mhm.
has to bring in tithes of food down.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah,
it's
there's
in
like no
like
farmland.
it's like Washington D.C. It's in literally the worst possible place to
It's
be.
like
It's like on a coastline in a swamp,
Yeah,
and nothing grows there. It's literally like the only reason they picked it is because it's flat land, and the rest of the empire is like rich and bountiful with mountains and trees and things you can see from very far away from the capital. You're like, oh, look over there. There's the village of Tichondrius. I'm sure they'll be sending us food someday
and it's
soon.
yeah, it's all conquered like long ago,
Yeah,
but
victory
not as long the
Germania.
farther away you go from the city.
Yeah. So yeah, there's like these rich, bountiful lands, but they're far away, and they send things by like ship and canal and like roads, and yeah, like the city is starving most of the time. It's literally modern day America, where like you go to the supermarket and there's like 2 days worth of food to feed the local population, and if the shipments stop, boom, that's it. Are we cool with this world? Do we
yeah,
Uh,
that
have
sounds
anything
good.
else we want to add? Like, because Haven doesn't necessarily have to be just this city. We could actually go like the rest of the empire if we wanted to, or we could just keep ourselves this one city. I just waxed on and
If
off.
we do go the rest of the Empire, like I can imagine like having like
I don't think
really
you're allowed to wax off on Twitch. You better stop.
really like dichotomized portions of the like this area grows all of the grain and nothing else.
Oh yeah,
This
yeah, like
area
specialty
has our
cities.
cows and nothing else. And
Orangia, the land of
Yeah,
fruit.
and it's like all of the corn is growing here.
in Corntopia, and
Oh man, because then the hunger isn't necessarily related to any one city, right?
mhm,
Because you need like multiple food groups and nutrients, and like people are
mhm,
like dying of scurvy without the fruit of Orangia, and they're
exactly.
like
Yeah.
withering away without the beef of Cowland.
Yep.
Maybe the people
Stockton.
who I okay, there's probably a better
Sorry.
name than Cowland.
Vacaville, Stockton, either one of those works.
Vacaville,
Hey,
killing me.
it's a
We
real
will
place.
call it
I
Idaho.
Clear
know. Uh, yeah.
hmm
I listen to rappers that talk about Vacaville, so that's a thing.
I didn't know there were rappers that talked about Vacaville.
Sure. E40. He did time up in Vacaville.
All right, so
Hmm.
let's write down our specific empire choices here. Our empire, hunger, and highway, and we've got a good idea together of what these things mean. Boom. That's not centered at all. Swarg is
Yeah, it's
probably
pretty
watching,
close.
so he's gonna be like, "Damn it,
That's
Arthur!"
that's
That's
pretty close
better.
to centered.
All right, so yeah, we've got a good idea of what this place looks like. However, one thing we haven't done is like set a time period, right? I mean, if things could literally be anywhere between like early Roman Empire to like nowadays in the
Hmm
setting, because the need for food and the need for highways and empire has is just a thing. It's a fact of life. I mean, it could be even earlier than the Roman Empire, right? We could be talking about like Greece or Alexandrian times or like Babylon and Macedonia. So is there a time period we want to put
I'm
ourselves
feeling
in?
the old stuff a little
Hmm.
more.
You feeling the old stuff? I mean, we could
Yeah.
even reverse it and do like Warhammer 40K style. Like these are all entire planets. Like in Star Wars, Coruscant needs like ships to show up every day to bring
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you guys want to go old, like how old are we talking here? Are we talking like people need atlatls to launch spears long distances? Are we talking
Yeah.
like crossbows and legions?
Um.
Thinking crossbows aren't even like a thing.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was
like
thinking the same thing.
pre-crossbow,
Like
I'm thinking like
pre-Arbalestian?
this is like still when a general would be like fighting at the front of like, with a sword. Uh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
yeah,
Cool.
I'm feeling that too.
All right. So we're looking for like a old Roman Empire,
Hmm.
conquer the world, bring it all back to the center. Victory Germania. I've been reading too much Codex Alera lately. Um.
I mean, if I was more familiar with Warhammer, I would go for that. But
Oh man, we could do so much space stuff. All right.
I mean, I like space stuff, but I'm not familiar with Warhammer lore that much either. But we don't want it to be Warhammer, so
Yeah. Does it?
want to do some
If
space
we don't
stuff.
want it, it doesn't have to be. All right. So if you're following along, you'll remember I said we needed 7 index cards. Our first one is the nationalism card. We're now going to do the remaining 6 in the form of traditions. And actually, you guys can draw stuff, so I don't even need to do this. You can just draw your own cards. Boom. I ain't got to
wait,
I ain't
draw
got to do
shape.
anything.
Look,
Shit,
I
look
don't
at
want
this
that
different
color.
open
colored.
source tool where everyone can do what they want. Hashtag Rule 20, get life. So, rather than talk about how awesome Roll20 is, let's talk about what traditions are. Traditions are the customs, beliefs, and practices that show how the flaw manifests itself in society. They're either something you do or something you believe. Traditions describe how we interact with our haven or how we interact with groups and forces outside of haven. We create 6 traditions to embody the flaw and show us the culture of our society. And during play, we'll watch as they're corrupted to bring about the downfall. So each of us will pick one tradition to start with out of the following, and we'll have a little bit more to go on from there. We cannot pick the same tradition multiple times, like we could have if we had done. So, for instance, in the secret pick for elements, we all could have randomly picked the same thing. It's super unlikely, but it could have happened.
That'd have been pretty weird and awkward.
Yeah, it would have been like
Triple
Empire,
Empire.
Empire, Empire, and then
It's like
everyone
we
would be
all
like,
we all win $10,000, right?
yeah, of course. So the categories for traditions are architecture, art, birth, communication, death, economics, education, employment, entertainment, family, fashion, food, government, grief, hospitality, justice, love, military, naming, relationships, and religion. Did any of those jump out to anybody?
Yeah, a few
I've
of
got
them.
one.
All right,
Oh,
well, feel free to jump in here. This is how we create traditions. We each pick one, we take turns, and we go in any order. Think of the tradition related to the category you choose, describe the tradition, and then find out how it embodies the flaw that you've picked. So the example they give is relationships, and the flaw that, and the description of how it embodies the flaw is that people proclaim their love in the forbidden grove of like the example kingdom that they're building. Oh, communications, economics. We're going serious. Okay, well then I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick them their government. No, you know what? I'm gonna pick justice. If there's one thing that needs to be corrupted in any society, it's always got to be justice. So here we go. Who wants to go first?
So what
um,
we're just talking about our thing.
Yeah, you come up with how this element of culture interacts with our flaw of nationalism,
Hmm.
and it's not
so
necessarily have to be negative now, it's somehow driven by the flaw, and then as we go down the line, we're going to corrupt it until it becomes bad. Justice.
So I've got so all inner and intra-city communications are done through the National Post Office.
Oh, okay. So
All
like everything,
there are
all
no private.
communication is controlled by the government.
Yes.
Perfect. Love it. And there's so much that can go wrong with that. Like immediately, the first thing I'm thinking of just like they're opening the mail and just using that to spy on all their citizens. Yeah, when you control communications, you control the empire. Okay. Virgil, you want to go next, or you want me to jump in here?
Go ahead.
So for justice, I feel like I feel like specifically all citizens have a right to trial by peerage, and then by
Hmm.
definition, anyone who is not a citizen, and that would mean anyone who like hasn't earned it. It's not given by birth. Anyone who doesn't have that justice might be very different for them.
I don't know. Saying citizenship is not given at birth, that sounds like it's a different tradition.
Um, this is just the justice part of it. This
Okay.
is yeah. Birth is its own tradition, and yes, that is going to be my next one. My second
Just
pick is going to be birth.
just saying.
But yeah, for justice, it's that all citizens have a right to trial by peerage.
Uh,
Surely,
okay.
there's no way that could be corrupted.
No, no, I'm sure it's fine.
Let's see here.
All right, The Verge.
Okay. Let's see if I can fix this a little bit. So it looks a little better. Okay. So all farms are being forced to farm certain items due to tariffs that are being levied to get goods required for the city.
Oh, so is this like where the tradition of Orangia making only like oranges and fruits comes from?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like if you try to ship beef out of Orangia, they're like 50% tax, and you're like, what? Excellent. Um, you're gonna want to move your economics and your description up because you need to place a slash through your card, Verge. And
Slasher.
yep, now we
If you
do
look at
the
our card,
second half. We add a symbol to each tradition, and then we figure out what it means. So, the symbol is a person, place, or thing that's emblematic of tradition. Symbols give us additional information about the tradition and provide tangible ways to show the tradition in play. Symbols can be objects, tools, icons, locations, emblems, or people. For example, a white flag is emblematic of surrender, rings represent marriage, the office of the president is a symbol of executive power. We will pass our index cards to the left and add a symbol of tradition to the card you receive. Describe the symbol and then write it on the bottom of the card. Now you might be thinking, that sounds hard, Arthur. Where do you know who's left? Well, fortunately, I've arranged both the
A
overlay
table.
and a table on the actual role playing. So as you can see, from my seated perspective, Kelsa is to my left and Virgil is to my right. I
Because I'm
know.
handing mine to you. Is that what you said?
Yes, and I'll be handing mine to Kelsa.
yes. I have taken your offering of a card here. Okay.
And so I need to create a symbol for economics. But I'll wait. I want to see what you guys come up with.
Okay, so I think the symbol for justice is actually the symbol of citizenship.
Ooh,
Um, hmm.
a giant turkey.
Like
We are the empire. It's like it's what America could have been, the Turkey Empire.
I'm trying to decide if I want it to be like I kind of want it to be like a tattoo or a brand. Like to prove that you're a
Oh
citizen, you get
man,
this
that's it's
tattoo.
such an opposite of what has
Because
happened
it's
historically.
because it's nationalism.
Yeah, like
Like
everyone gets a tattoo and it's awesome.
yeah, exactly. Like And then if you ever lose your citizenship, it's that much more traumatic.
Oh man, you like if you
Because
lost
they
your
chop your
citizenship
arm off.
and people were like looking at your tattoo and then they're like, "You're not a citizen anymore, sir. I think you need to get out of here." And you're like, "No, but wait, I have the tattoo." And they're like, "I know who you are."
Yeah, totally.
Oh man.
I'm gonna
SPQR. Oh.
I'm gonna draw a really terrible little symbol here, so y'all can move on while I implement
Oh.
amazing
What if it's like
trackball art skills.
what if it's like a social security number where like it's a combination of letters and numbers that like represent what city you were born in and when?
Oh
And so
no!
you could
Well,
be like
no, it should
tracked
be
back
like
to your
it should be somehow like designed around the flag or something though.
Oh yeah.
It's like the flag is like a grid of some sort, and they fill in the grid with your assigned like numbers and
Oh,
letters.
the tattoo is
Oh
a
man, that
crown?
sounds way better. Hold, let me
Yeah.
erase what bupkis I drew.
Perfect. All right, well you're creating the flag of the empire. We still haven't named it yet. It's coming. Virgil, why don't you tell us about communications?
So for communications, I'm just thinking it's going to be the security seal of the Imperial Post,
A very
which is like
important government establishment.
yeah, like one of the highest. Like it's used for every secure transmission, and is almost sacred to the citizens, right?
I need to like move communications over to get it all on screen.
And not only would it be highly illegal to tamper with or have like a false one, but people would think you were like the worst person
I can't
ever.
believe you would go through someone's mail.
Yeah, it's not just it's already bad for us. Like if someone did that to you and like went through your mail, you'd be like, you are garbage. It's like even worse.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
So
There's
I'll
no
have
way
to
that could
design.
go wrong.
Can I like take a minute to design a thing and
Oh
then
yeah, well, I mean,
upload
I
it?
know you're super arty. You're probably like doing it in Photoshop, and then you're gonna be like, Arthur, I'm sending you a file. Put it on the Roll20. Yeah. So economics. I actually haven't thought of this at all. My first thought is a scale, but that's too justicey. I don't know that I want it to be that. Something to like. Oh man. Everyone's got like a flag and like a seal. I feel like I need to kind of stay in that general realm. Like maybe a map of the empire? Oh. Okay. What if it's like it's like a, what do you call those? Like a notary stamp that has to go on like everything. In order to prove that a good is like tariffed or like
Mm-hmm.
legal to be shipped, it's got to be like stamped by
Yeah.
like a city guard. Oh, yeah. Oh, and maybe the stamp could like indicate the level of quality of the good, right? So it'd be like USDA A grade
Yeah.
beef. So there could be like, yes, this is just like a regular good. You get like a regular stamp, and then it's like, oh, this is like twice tough steel created by Alaric, the greatest swordsmith of all time. You get a double gold stamp. Yeah. Yes. Stamps indicate level of quality of goods and their legality for sale. Oh, and there's so many ways you could break that down to destroy an empire. Official mark. Yep. Yep, I like that word. Official mark. Chat is good. Man, we have a really serious discussion about crossbows going on there in chat. I feel like it's gonna be, what do you call those 8-sided things? Octagons? Yeah, I want to have a cool octagon. I think I might have counted the wrong number of sides. Nope, I'm good.
All right, my lovely box code flag is complete.
All right, so let's take a look at that. What? What? Wow. How much work did that take? Man. Oh. Holy cow. Like, now I got this idea of, like, that kind of thing could be used as, like, ciphers or something, you know? Like, you could get a message that would be key to your specific tattoo box code, and
Oh
you
my
would, like,
god,
you would,
yeah.
like, copy a picture of your tattoo on a piece of paper and, like, put it over a document, and it'd be, like, secret message from the Empire's leaders. Kill everyone in the room with you. They're all traitors. And you'd be like, of course, my lord. It's time to start stabbing. And so that's our
What's
first
awkward is you
round.
get the message meant for your twin who was born in the same place on the
Oh
same
yeah,
day.
it's like kill your brother.
It's like kill your brother. Oh, good.
So in just a minute, no pressure, but we're all waiting on Virgil and staring
know.
at him intently.
What's my next thing?
You have to do the drawing and put the
Oh, you're just waiting for my drawing? Hold
yeah. We need the description and the
At least the
drawing.
description while you draw.
on. Okay, the description, it's like a round seal with SSIP on it with like a little triangle. Let's see here. I'll have it for you in just a
Is
second.
it? Oh, but the description is not like literally what it looks like. The description part is what it does.
Okay. What it does is it's it's the actual, to be able to use the seal, there's one at every post, right? And it like is never out of the hands of like a postmaster who is like a judge, or you know, highly like revered by the community, and like always like a very trusted and like honest, upstanding citizen. And it lets you know when it's been through the mail that you can be guaranteed that it will go to the place when it gets stamped. And if it's been stamped, it comes to the right place and that has not been tampered with. And I think it's probably... It might be used other places too. Like on notaries and stuff. Transfers of land and stuff. You can go to the post office and have like an official, you know, whatever, without having to go to the city or have like a judge or anything. So it's used, you know, as a complete... Let's see here. A completely official of anything, you know. Anything you need to be actually recognized legally will have one of these stamps on it.
So, is the description I wrote there accurate, or is there anything you want to add or remove? Mark controlled by the postmasters who act as notaries and control all information.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any ETA on when this...
Yeah, any second now. I just exported
Masterpiece.
it, and I'm looking for the thing, and I think I can just drag it into Skype, and then you can drag it to your desktop, and then drag it into the thing.
All right, it's gonna get crazy here for a second stream.
I
Uh-oh.
don't.
Can I actually drag it directly from Skype? Wow, that's some next level science.
Hmm.
I didn't even know you could do that,
Pretty
man.
cool looking.
All right, so let's blow this up. Boom, SSIP. Actually, didn't blow up that much. I was hoping.
You could
All
you
right.
could probably stretch it, and it would look fine on the map.
Boom. Now I'm gonna unstretch it. It reminds me of the Klingon Empire for some reason.
I-
Triangle.
I was getting that vibe.
Yeah.
It's so tiny.
So now we will all be creating our second order traditions. And obviously I wanted to pick birth. Oh, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna create birth.
Okay, so I make another try.
Yep, we make another square. Does anyone have any idea what else they'd like to pick?
Yeah, I had some things. Let me find my text that I was noting down stuff. Oh, I definitely wanted food, yeah.
Where's my...
Food.
Hmm. All right, I'm gonna. We're getting real here. I got this.
How real? Is it AP Gaming levels of real?
I
I
mean,
didn't have my glasses out. I said it too quickly. But there you go.
sorry.
These are seeing a lot of use
Got too
tonight.
excited.
Okay, I'm going with relationships. It's going dark. BT Dubs.
Remember that for now, it's not dark.
Oh no, it's got.
It can
so
definitely.
much-
It has to go dark, but
it
for
has
now.
so much potential. Like I'm not. I'm not even gonna lie.
All right. Mine is that citizenship must be earned. It's not a birthright. So when you're born, you're not automatically considered a citizen of the empire. So you can't like maybe own land or get trial by peerage of other citizens. It's something you gotta like earn. We'll figure out how. I think it's probably like a trial by combat thing, or you know, not necessarily trial, but like that's one of the ways you could earn it is like serving in the military
Or maybe
public
like
service as like
yeah,
part of
public
the
service
post. Because part of the reason I picked Empire is that Starship Troopers, while it is a very funny movie, is also a much better book that has absolutely no relation to the movie. And citizenship in that scenario has to be earned. And in order to earn it, you have to serve. You have to serve the government in some way. It's not a birthright. Yup, military and civil service. So that is my descriptor.
So, how do we feel about mysticism?
Oh,
And-
definitely. For the time period we're setting this in,
Okay.
undoubtedly.
Yep.
All marriages are arranged by the Oracle, a government position.
I'm
Wow,
changing
this
the
is like
government
Spartan level of
Yep.
Oh, wait, you ready? Not everyone's gonna get this joke, but can we call the Oracle the Delphi?
Yes, absolutely.
Damn.
Absolutely can.
So good.
And what, they're
100%.
It's on
appointed
so
by-
many levels.
appointed by the emperor, right?
So is it? Are we like set that this is definitely going to be an empire ruled by an emperor? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that would be like the descriptor of that particular one. Virgil, what can you tell us about food? Which makes sense because this empire is so hungry.
So hungry.
Yeah. Well, there's like no, actually not enough like food really. I mean, people get around. There's not like tons of people starving to death. But people do go hungry, like you were saying, as soon as there's
Shipments are disrupted.
Yeah, well, there's like a fungus that hits Orangeton or whatever it's called,
Orangia.
Orangia, and then all of a sudden everyone's got what's it called? Scurvy.
So much scurvy.
So yeah, the main problem is scurvy. So I'll just put not enough food, too much scurvy.
Oh my god. Can you imagine how the corruption of that's gonna go? It's literally gonna be like a city lord is not paying the taxes he should. And the emperor's gonna be like, stop orange shipments to there.
Oh my god.
Stop the beef shipments. They will not starve, but their children will not grow strong. No protein. The blood of the ox.
Not enough food, too much scurvy. That doesn't sound like a tradition.
That's the bottom side descriptor, Virgil. That's not the top side one.
Okay. Let's put not enough food. Oops, all the time. Because there, I mean, it's only when there's a, some sort of
Right, but so the
Right.
tradition has to be the one that keeps the empire together right now, and so the tradition is the shipment of the food, right? That the food is what keeps the empire alive.
Okay, yeah.
It's got to
but
be.
not
It's
enough
got to be
food.
somewhat positive. It holds the society together for now.
Maybe like everyone has to be producing food if they're not.
Oh,
government
so
work.
like the government literally like chooses your job for you?
Well, if you don't want to grow oranges, you have to move.
Oh, yeah. Nope, I like that. Yeah, like you. Yeah, because of the tariffs, you could be like, I'm gonna grow beef in Orangia, and the government's like, that's cool, man. I guess, hippie. But I'll tell you
And,
what,
like,
you're not gonna be able to ship that beef outside the city. 50% tax.
So yeah, and like people have janky stuff all the time because there's not like people crafting fine chairs. They have to bang a chair together in the evening because they're forced to grow food all day.
Oh, so like maybe the arts and like crafts are suffering because there's literally like no one to make culture.
Yikes.
I feel like this might be a society that has like suffered some sort of cataclysm. You know, like
I'm thinking maybe too they
volcano
just don't
exploded.
have they're not good at what they do. Like they're terrible at farming. They
yeah,
just
I mean
plant
they
the
could
rows
maybe
way
the
too
land
far
itself
apart.
just isn't good, right?
yeah,
like
there's bad
their
soil.
society is growing because of the way it's become so structured. But they don't have the literal
They don't understand crop rotations.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, like they don't have potatoes for the winter, so
I mean, yeah, and if you tried to grow potatoes, you'd be taxed to the ground.
I would think potatoes aren't even a thing here. All right. So let's see here.
Potatoes.
If
pretty
we're
legal.
ready, we're going to pass them in the opposite direction this time. So I will be passing to Virgil and taking from Kelsa.
Yes.
So relationships. Yeah. Symbol and what it means.
Wait, I have birth.
Yep, you have birth.
Ooh, I've got it for food. People with soft hands are judged harshly because they are not producing food.
Yeah, like if you don't have any calluses, like you're just treated with disdain, and maybe there's even like like slang terms that are like pretty harsh for a soft-handed person. Patty paw. I don't know. Peach palm. I don't know. What?
Peach palm. I really like that one.
Oi, peach palm. Ain't grown anything lately, have you? What'd the Emperor think if he saw your hands, eh? He'd right take that tattoo off your shoulder. Okay, so... Must be earned.
There's my amazing unblemished hand. You all know what I mean.
Yeah. I have drawn the Eye of Delphi, which is the mark of the Oracle. So, like, any official documents that are, like, hard winter coming, the town of Beeftopia must prepare for, a freezing winter would be, like, at the top, marked with the seal of the Eye of Delphi. And everyone would be like, oh, no! Hard winter! We must prepare blankets for the cows!
I like that. Let's see here. I want to say that like during military or civil service, there's like a cap that you wear that actually
Is it a
like
beret?
gives you the right to discounted foods.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's like a military service card, but it's a hat. Amazing. Are you you're drawing the
No,
cap, aren't you, right now?
I'll just no. If I thought of it earlier, that other one took longer than I thought, so I will just draw it in the poor Roll20. Roll20. Just throw in some simple API for a vector graphics program.
I'm sure that'll be
simple.
fine. I'm pretty sure that's easy.
So
I know
simple.
all about programming.
You could do that for them easily.
Yeah, totally.
So simple, even a caveman could do it. He just didn't yet, because he's a little busy.
Making food.
So simple, an imperialist could do it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't make it bigger. I forgot. Here, I'll just draw it bigger.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a cap. It's a simple brown cap, I think.
And now,
But
finally,
if you weren't in service and you were caught using it, oh my gosh.
we need to come up with a name for this haven that we have. This haven was just a keyword. What is the name of this land, this empire, or the capital city, or wherever we want this to take place in?
The name of the capital city or the empire?
Or the world? We just need a name that describes where this is going to take place. So from the description of what we've done, it sounds like this is not going to be limited to just one city. And maybe there isn't even like a capital. It's a bunch of interrelated cities that are kept together by this food network and the immense bureaucracy needed to keep it running. Cafeterium?
No, that's terrible.
The Empire of Cafeterium, led by Lord Food Fightium.
I'm gonna go no.
Valeria.
I'm really bad at names though, so give me a second.
A name for a glorious empire. I mean, we should really just call it Arstotska.
Arstotska?
His most glorious name.
I could be down with that.
Most glorious. Most glorious.
But then we're switching. I mean, we've been doing English accents this whole time. If we call it Arstotska,
Oh, we haven't even described the characters yet. So
Okay.
it could be glorious Russian Empire. Would explain
Glorious
why not enough food.
Yes. Make poor
Glorious
decisions about farming.
Glorious
In huge
Russian.
trouble.
All of our characters, they are from various regions of glorious empire. And
But
have
no one is from Kolechia. No one from Kolechia. Kolechians wiped out long ago.
Kolechia was entirely burned to the ground and sunk into earth. It was glorious day. For
and
Arstotska,
Cobra is not a real place.
Cobra Stan. God, that guy tries so hard to get in. I had to arrest his ass. Did I spell Arstotska right?
I have no idea.
It doesn't have
I'm gonna go with
H.
no.
There's no H.
Arstotska.
Arstotska, welcome to Arstotska. Better than Kolechia.
Kolechia.
Terrorist. Oh man, that stream was horrible. I nearly
great
died singing that song. You know how hard it is to come up 3 minutes of like improvised lyrics about how Kolechians are terrible?
Yeah, I
pretty
remember watching
hard.
it.
I was like, Obrestan Duck is okay. They are good people over there in Obrestan.
Yeah, you don't have much to go on other than like their little symbols and
And the fact that Georgie keeps showing up and is like, oh hey, I want to get inside country. I give money. You good? I have documentation.
Oh my god, his hand-drawn documentation, like, it brought back some serious feels of working in customer service and getting people's
Okay.
representations of things that were not accurate.
Yes. So, now we create our characters. At the center of our game is a hero, someone willing to stand against the flaw in the face of Haven's coming destruction. The hero is our main character, and through their struggles we see the world fall. There are many forces at work leading to the destruction of Haven. Even as the hero works to save the world, the Fallen works to promote the very flaw that will destroy it. The Fallen is our main antagonist, representing the people who try to strengthen and enforce the flaw, even if it spells doom for Haven. The society also has many average citizens content with life in flawed Haven. The Pillar is the character that represents these ordinary people. They accept the flaw in the status quo while ignoring or apologizing for the harm the flaw does to Haven. We'll take turns playing the hero as Haven collapses. When you aren't playing the hero, you'll play a supporting role as either the Fallen or the Pillar. Create the three characters together. Character creation is a collaborative process. Go for the obvious, create tight relationships, and don't worry about fleshing out characters fully. We'll get to know them more in play. So for each of these characters, we're going to create an occupation, a rebellion, and well, each one has their own. But for the hero, to start with, they have an occupation, a rebellion, which is a tradition they oppose, and an identity. So does anyone want to take a lead?
The Emperor?
So the Emperor is going to try to solve all of the problems.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is his or her name?
Let's see here. Is chat throwing us any good Russian names?
Our Stoltzkin names?
How about
Emperor Putin Vladimir.
could call him
Emperor Ivan Snow. Boom, nailed it. Victorious Tribonus. Domino Starbucks. Well, that's definitely not going to happen.
but,
That's my favorite.
I feel like that's a huge
what was it?
Domino Starbucks. Trying to get all that sponsorship money for the show,
Yeah.
right?
His name is how about Andrew Romanov?
It'd be
Alright.
Andrei Romanov. How about
What
that?
Andrei Romanov?
Andrei.
Put it down.
Emperor Andrei Romanov. I have to make that a little bit smaller to make it fit, but that's... Oh no, wait.
Glorious Emperor. Do
What have you
best
done?
for all.
What
His
does...
occupation is emperor.
Right, and what tradition is he connected to?
Wait, is
Right?
this the one he doesn't like?
No, this
Yeah.
is the one he works for.
So does his job have to relate to one
Yes,
of
it
the-
does. I think the ones that stand out pretty significantly would be food, economics, communication, and justice. I don't know that birth or relationships would be ones that...
Okay,
would-
I like
not
food.
not that they couldn't, but from the what we've described so far.
I mean, birth 100% fits because you would normally think that emperor is a birthright, but it's actually not.
Okay, all right.
I mean,
but
how do you feel about that?
how is he connected to it? Does it...
Because he earned his citizenship and then he earned his position as empire. Because the whole tradition of birth is about earning.
Oh, so do you have to be voted emperor and So, yeah, all right, I can accept that. Yeah. Sure.
Oh, maybe it's a lifetime appointment though.
Oh,
Yeah,
yep,
yeah.
got
So-
it, nailed it. All right. Well, Kelsa, go ahead and write that one down. That's definitely totally all you. Yeah, I was like, yeah, it couldn't possibly be birth. And Kelsa's like, well, let me explain why. And then we need to find out a tradition that they oppose and why they oppose it.
So for the oppose, I like food. Like he doesn't think he wants to change things so that people can be an artist, or like you were saying.
That culture is important
Culture
for the
is-
survival of the empire.
Yeah.
Like,
And he
okay.
kind of, has that in his mind, but everyone's like, no, we've been, everyone has to, as soon as anyone stops producing food, people start going hungry in other places. It's all too interconnected.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you've got rebellion on lockdown. I'd like to take a stab at identity by saying that our hero, Emperor Andrei Romanov of the Empire of Arstotzka, looks like Alan Rickman with a shit. I don't think I still have my Ushanka, but like an Ushanka with the mark of the Emperor on like the center of his hat.
Hmm.
So Russian Alan Rickman. Anyone have any
I'm sorry,
opposition to
what was
that?
that? His identity was what?
Russian Alan Rickman,
Who's Alan
Professor
Rickman?
Snape.
Oh, okay.
I'm all right
Sure.
with this.
So he's like kind of gaunt and serious looking man. Yeah, I think I must have put my Ushanka back over on that shelf. Very sad. Or maybe I didn't. Haha!
Ah!
There we
You
go. Welcome to Arstotzka. It's
Oh,
cold.
I should get
My son starved to death in middle of night. He's fine.
I'll get mine during break.
These things happen.
Is wait for during break.
Mother-in-law pass away. No one weeps. Okay. Yeah, next we need to create the Fallen, who is our sinister antagonist.
Boom, boom, boom. It's funny. I wanted to make the Emperor the antagonist, but this I think is going to be more interesting.
Um, so we need a name, but before we choose a name, I think relationship is also important. So family, friend, guardian, leader, or lover.
I think maybe he's a leader, and he leads.
Is he an evil senator?
Yeah, he is kind of like an evil senator. Um, for like, he's basically in an advisory position as well. Um, and maybe it's another one of these lifetime appointments, and so the emperor can't really get rid of him.
Hmm.
Oh boy. I think I have a interesting name here.
Anyone have like another idea or a twist on that?
Trying to decide what occupation, like what tradition would tie to that kind of a character best, and I'm coming up blank. So I will just hold out for what they look like
Okay.
and very carefully think on this.
I have a possible name. I like the name Dak Cozier.
Dak Gozier's
Dak
good name.
Cozier. He's
Clear's the other. Yes.
and that would name.
It's better than Dak less cozy.
And so he's a leader. Virgil, if you want to throw that in there, and for occupation, what tradition are they occupied to? No problem, Alberto Malachi. I really like doing one shots of these crazy new Kickstarter games coming out, especially Microscope.
Mm-hmm.
So much Microscope.
So he's a
So much
leader.
microscope.
Spears of the Dawn, man, that game is blowing up. Oh man. All right, so let me workshop this. I think either economics or justice for like the senatorial position. I'd really love it if like the Senate was in charge of justice and like this guy is just like, don't worry, all the trials will be completely fair. The Senate's got your back, Emperor. Wink.
So that's for his positive. Wait, what was it called?
It's not positive.
Oh,
It's
oh.
just his occupation.
Occupation.
Yeah, and maybe the Senate is like in charge of the citizenry's like maybe they're the ones in charge of like the bureaucracy in general, but like specifically this guy is justice.
Yeah, maybe he's like appoints judges and stuff.
Oh, yep, I like that. Yep. Senator. Oh yeah, it's Senator Dak Cozier. Lord Dinner of the Cafeterium. You're really
Nope.
pushing that one hard.
No.
They're playing a new game in chat, I think. They're just going to
In
start.
charge of justice appoints judges. There's no way someone who's corrupt in charge of appointing judges could ever be used against humanity. What does Senator Dak Cozier look like, Kelsa?
He's got a long, like super long, light colored beard. He looks like he should be ZZ Top.
So his name is actually Dak Kozierbell. He's Adam Cobell. Yep, that's what you've done. You basically
that's
created
not what I
Senator
meant.
Adam Coble.
Senator Adam Coble. I mean, really,
That,
yeah,
I mean,
it's
no
Adam
matter how
doing-
you describe it from here on out, that's just what I'm thinking.
write that red in my description, but I accept your headcanon.
Yeah, well, I mean, he
it's
changes
Dr.
his beard
Grigori,
color all
really,
the time, right?
I mean, it's Dr. Grigori because we're going to be
It
doing
is
the
Dr.
Russian accent.
Grigori.
No. I mean, yes, maybe it's like Dr. Grigori, but I'm still thinking like Roman senatorial robes where he's walking around with like one shoulder bare, and it's just Adam Cobell like walking around like, "Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Adam Cobell, just here to bring a little justice. Can I appoint some judges real quick? No problem, guys. So, anyone want to play some Burning Wheel while we got time?"
Oh no.
Yeah, that's really good.
Okay.
And now we have
Beautiful.
the pillar.
So what did
So the pillar is just a regular, ordinary person.
So
And their job, when you play the pillar, your job is to be an apologist. Your job is to be like, yes, I know that we got to put stamps on the food to make sure everything passes by, but you know, it's traditional. My grandfather did it. His grandfather did it. It's fine. Everything's great. Stop poking around, Emperor. Everything's good.
I think
How you
this
doing,
needs
bud?
to be his wife.
Okay, all right. So Lover is the pick there. Virgil, you got occupation.
occupation of the wife is
Oh my God! What if it's the Oracle?
it's the Oracle for sure.
the
I was
Oracle.
just scrolling down.
Yep, it's the Oracle.
Awesome.
Because yeah,
Yeah.
because all marriages are arranged by the Oracle. Oh my
my
goodness!
God.
What if the
He
Oracle
married
picks the next
the
emperor and
emperor.
is just like, "That's my new husband,"
Yeah.
and then it's like Emperor for life. Yeah, amazing.
Like
That's
like
some
she
kingmaker
knew
shit right
he was
there.
gonna be the emperor like years before the old emperor it was even like displaying that he was sick.
Marriage, right?
Yeah, no, totally, absolutely.
Oh, I love this.
Cat, no.
Oh my goodness, could you imagine being married to like a future prophet though? Where your wife is or your spouse is literally just like, now remember to take out the garbage. I know you're not going to do it, but I'm going to remind you 3 times.
Like, I know you've already forgotten to take out the garbage, but if you could just take out the garbage, that would be great.
Oh man.
Oh man, like,
How about
do you watch Steven Universe?
Yep, I do. I started watching because of Tiger Millionaire. I was playing Worldwide Wrestling RPG, and someone was like, "You should watch Steven Universe Tiger Millionaire. It's just like the character you made." And I was like, "Oh man, this show is actually pretty good. I'm gonna start from the beginning."
okay? So I named her Tanya Romanov.
Okay, cool.
Tanya Romanov. Yes. Yeah.
Who's a cool Russian lady we can base this off of?
Mm.
Uh-oh.
I know.
Mine
hold on.
immediately jumped to Scarlett Johansson because of the Romanov thing.
Hold on. I'm trying to think of an actress's name. I'm gonna cheat and go to IMDb. Give me 1 second.
Wow, cheating in a game that you can't win or lose. I am shocked.
You know what? Sure.
I'm cheating right now.
Oh, do.
Red from Orange is the New Black.
Um, she's good. She's not who I was thinking of, but I was thinking of
Is that Kate
Claudia
Mulgrew?
Christian, who played Susan Ivanova on Babylon 5.
Oh, Babylon 5.
Hmm.
Yep. Nope. Got it. Yep. All right, cool. I need to link a picture of that
What was
to the
that?
chat.
Yeah. What was
Yeah,
her
I was
name?
that was who I was picturing in my head, and I'm like, what is her name? Why can't I
Yep.
think?
No, I'm down with that. First off, let's be clear here. Babylon 5 was amazing and so far ahead of its time.
I know. I
Mhm.
recently rewatched it, and it was so good.
Well, the first season, not so much, but once they brought in the new guy, got
Well,
the first season was important because Lando Malari was in it. It laid out a lot of the important stuff that gets explored in like the next three seasons, and then season 5 comes along, and then everyone. I personally have not liked that one. Um, but yeah, the Shadow War stuff was great.
oh.
So yeah, her identity is looking like Claudia Christensen. Christian. Boom. And then for the Oracle, we need to specifically put what tradition it's in, and so that's relationships.
Mhm.
Uh-oh. Relations. Boom.
Wait, what?
Okay. And that's the pillar.
And this is like such a bad circle. The Oracle is appointed by the Emperor, and and the Oracle knew who the Emperor was going to be, and oh, sorry.
Wow. And you know what? The society's being destroyed, which means the Oracle knows it's coming anyway. She's like, "Yep, I know it's coming. We can slow it down. We can slow it down, but it's gonna happen."
I want like her position to be like, sure, society is going to end, but really the status quo is overall the best way for the least amount of suffering until it collapses entirely.
Oh man, she's like Paul Muad'Dib. It's like,
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Mm.
Maybe she's even really good with a slow knife.
It's like we
really.
all read the same book recently. What?
I had a first edition copy of Dune. Man, I destroyed that thing. I destroyed it. I took it
I've,
everywhere. That thing went to Canada, Mexico, Australia, and Ireland.
Wow.
Such a book does not does not survive such travel easily. Okay, so now comes the thing you've all been waiting for. I've been practicing my hand thing so that it actually shows up on camera. We've created our unique haven. Now we destroy it. We'll take turns playing characters in a dying world and exploring our roles in the downfall of home. Someone chooses to play the hero first. They get to take the hero character sheet. The person on their left plays the fallen first, and the person on their right will play the pillar. We'll roleplay each character in turn. The pillar's player is responsible for making sure everyone has the correct character sheet throughout the game. So who would like to be the hero for the first round?
okay, and then we decide what the scene is about.
Yes. So it goes in the following. Step 1, the Pillars player describes a tradition that is being corrupted by the flaw. Step 2, the hero frames the scene and sets the narrative. Step 3, the Fallen player sets a scene about the hero. And finally, the hero reflects on the current state of Haven through a monologue as they reflect on the previous two scenes.
Hmm.
Step 5, rotate characters.
All right. I mean, I'll go hero. I think.
Okay, so as the person on your left, I become let's
The
see here.
Fallen.
The Fallen. Yep, I get to start out as a bad guy. It's good. Good
And
start.
I am loving wife.
All right, so I'm just going to
Any
drop the names underneath everybody.
questions?
That Cozier. Anya Romanov. All right. Killer Romanov. You get to describe what tradition is currently being corrupted by the flaw. So
Hmm.
what tradition has nationalism begun to erode?
It
Um,
has.
you're choosing what the emperor is.
What the following scenes are going to be
Oh,
about?
okay.
It's like microscope in that way. Like this is the lens focus.
Okay. I think that our economics is the tradition that is starting to erode. All farms forced to farm a certain food. More and more independent farmers are just cropping up and messing with the system.
All right. So, hero, frame a scene about yourself. The scene can be a reaction to the corruption or something unrelated. And so, I'm sorry, what did you say was happening currently? I want to make sure to get it down for the rotation.
Of course, that it's economics, and more and more independent farmers are cropping up and producing non-official mark foods.
Oh, so like substandard food?
Not even substandard necessarily, so much as
Oh, is this
non-government
like
food.
smuggler food then?
This is, yeah, this is like front yard garden kind of thing.
How dare you grow tomatoes in Orangia? They're not a fruit, they're a vegetable, and science says so.
So yeah, that's
Okay. All right. So it gets a little bit more complicated from here because each of us is going to have a power as part of the corruption. So the Pillars player chooses the tradition, describes the situation or current event that is causing the tradition to become harmful. During the scene, the hero's player will frame the first scene, and then the fallen player will frame the second. So Virgil will start out framing the first scene, and then I will frame the second one. Framing scenes by giving the following information: where is the hero, who is the hero with, and what is the situation. So while this is happening, not all of us may participate in the following scenes.
We may not, or not all of us might.
So obviously the hero has to be involved in every scene, no matter what happens. But you may want to talk to a secondary character, like random NPC guy off the street or some other senator. So the scene framer chooses who is involved with the scene and who plays any secondary characters. The hero must be in every scene, and the hero always plays themselves. The Fallen and the Pillar may play secondary characters as the scene demands. It's okay to frame a scene with just one or two characters. If you want a character to join mid-scene, you need the scene framer's permission. While playing the scene, you play your character out, say what you do, and what outcomes your actions have. Each character has a different role to play. Secondary characters are played by the Pillar or the Fallen, and we got to get to the important thing that the hero can do. Takes a little while to get to this. Anyone can decide when a scene should end. If you think a scene has reached natural conclusion, simply say scene.
Should be and scene.
The hero can't die, the Pillar or the Fallen can. They continue to play that role, but they cannot play the same character. You'll make a new character to fill that spot. And now we're at the important part. This is the power of the Fallen. During scenes, the hero may do something you think should result in an unforeseen consequence. When you play as the Fallen, look for opportunities to create consequences to the hero's action. A consequence is something that happens when the hero, or to the hero or Haven as a result of the hero's action. It's the cost, what the hero sacrifices to give away. If the Fallen thinks something the hero does deserves a consequence, the Fallen will say, but there is a consequence. The Fallen narrates the consequence that results from the hero's actions. Consequence should be a meaningful sacrifice or unfortunate outcome that naturally result from the hero's action. The Fallen doesn't need to be in the scene to describe what's happening. So I want to give an example of that because that's a lot of words that don't necessarily mean anything. And so the example is, hero, I take the crown from the dead king's head. The hero pauses, expecting a consequence. The fallen player turns and says, you're totally king. There's no consequence for that. The hero says, great! I take the crown and scepter. Using my new power, I call the former king's son to the chamber and say to him, now you will serve your new parent. The prince bows before me and raises a glowing orb, saying, my magic is yours. The fallen player adds, but there is a consequence. Your own child is jealous of the prince. She backs away from you and hides behind the throne, grasping the jeweled dagger you gave her. So see, the fallen player just steps in and is like, then shit happens because you fucked up.
Or really, then shit happens because life is not fair.
Yeah, life isn't fair. When you're the fallen, you're trying to destroy everything. So, Virgil, you're framing this first scene. Where is the hero? Who is the hero with? What is the situation? And are there any secondary characters?
I think there is the hero, his advisor, the Senator Dak
Of
Kozer.
course.
And I think maybe a sort of dignitary or something that is, demanding the right to maybe grow something else.
Oh, what if this is like... Is it a citizen that's like, yes, we should be able to grow what we need to, Emperor? Or is it like a non-citizen who's just like, my lord, if we do not grow cabbages in Orangia, all things will die there.
Ooh.
Okay, and where I'm supposed
You,
to
no,
go
I mean,
down,
you tell
we're
me.
going
Like,
downhill,
you
right?
assign the secondary character. You tell us who they are.
Yeah, it's someone from like one of the farther off cities, Orangia, and they want to grow like grapevines, which everyone knows don't grow there.
Only grown Fritz.
Obviously. Only France.
There's just a city called France.
Yeah,
Yeah, that they only grow
and they
grapes
have
there. I don't know
no
why.
grape or wine tariffs coming out of France.
And so, as Pillar, that would be played by Kelsa. Do we have a name for this dignitary who stands up to the Emperor and lets them know that they need those grapes?
Vitor.
Dignitary Vitor.
And is
Because it's close to
Vitor
vino.
is Vitor a citizen or not a citizen?
I think
think
with the
he's a
title like dignitary, they got to be
Yes,
a
he's
citizen.
a citizen.
Yep.
I
Dignitary Vitor.
it was not entirely clear.
So yeah, I think he's probably like, look, all these people have started, like you were saying, that there's all these indie farmers like growing grapes up there. And he's like, look, this is what my people want. They want to grow grapes. They grow well on the slopes, that kind of thing. But I just want to make sure that the thing is that the emperor has a lot of nationalism, right?
The Empire has a lot of nationalism.
Okay.
The Emperor is specifically fighting against nationalism. The Emperor is the hero, and so the Emperor is trying to stop the flaw and the downfall of society.
I think that since my character, as I'm the pillar, is trying to uphold the status quo, I must be someone that is not telling you we need this to happen. I think I'm telling you we need your intervention to stop
Okay.
this.
Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
You're the dignitary, and you're like, look, there's like hundreds of small vineyards popping up everywhere. Okay, that's perfect. I
All
actually
right.
like that better.
Where does this take place?
And it takes place like in the royal gardens because it's not actually supposed to be official or anything.
All right, cool.
Hmm.
Can we start with the scene being like Senator Dak Kozak leading the dignitary in?
Yeah, I'm like waiting
Ooh.
in the garden, and there's like large rose bushes and like some small trees and like a walled garden out the back of the palace.
Oh yes, come along, dignitary, come along. Hail Romanov.
Oh, Senator Kozier, it's good to see you this morning.
Ah, my emperor, I'm afraid I have terrible news about your progressive plan to bring grapes to Orangia. Dignitary Vitor, a citizen of Orangia, is here to address your concerns.
Oh, sit. It is comfortable on garden benches. I will lend you my ear.
My thanks to you, Emperor. Now, many are there gardens in our Orangia, and now there are grapes growing in Orangia. Grapes! What do we do with them? Not even oranges. They are vines growing up our trees. They are stagnating our orange growth.
Is the wine though is very good for keeping the people's happy. I know is very far from France, Orangia. So
This is Orangia. Only oranges. Emperor,
well, it's
I
not been
respect.
scurvy breakout for 3-4 weeks. Should not very many orange shortages. Surely you have plenty, and can spare some wine growing.
You're not understanding how it is that growing works. There needs to be much room for the trees and to make the oranges. Orangia is not that big. The hilly terrain is tough on trees. Makes oranges spread out more, less trees. But with the influx these grapes, they take up all the room.
You see, my emperor, it is just as I told you during my policy layout. If you continue upon this oppressive course of action, our Stotska will fall to ruin. Orangia
Yes,
must put orange first. I'm sorry, my emperor, but this is the way that things are. They were that way from your father and your father before him.
Very well. We will do as you had originally planned, and make quickest way to get rid of grapevines. Is not what I thought originally would be best for the Empire, you understand. I only want best for my people. But if the dignitary and senator agree, I think maybe we send pests, possibly, to decimate grapevine. Something that don't like oranges.
This is good
Amazing.
plan.
Wow.
No.
There's definitely a consequence here. I'm gonna say, but there is a consequence. I just don't know what it is yet. I want to be like maybe the pest. Oh man. Okay. Yep. I'm gonna make consequences in like red. Yeah. The consequence is insects wipe out local snake population, causing
snakes.
complete collapse of local ecology.
Rodent overrunning everything.
Yeah.
There's no snakes to eat the rats.
Yeah, the insects are all like draining blood. They're like they're called like snake blood biters. They're like mosquitoes that love targeting snakes for their cold blood and their sweet eggs.
And also also grapevines.
Yeah.
You know, snake eggs and grapes, they look really similar.
Yeah. They like round objects a lot that are filled with delicious nutrients. Yeah. Is this a scene?
And scene.
Yeah, I think it's a scene.
Yeah.
As the villainous Senator Dak Cozier, it's time for me to outline a scene involving the same thing. So I believe our hero, Emperor Andrei Romanov, is visiting the town of Orangia with his good friend Senator Dak Cozier and his wife Tanya Romanov to like see the devastation that has happened and try to make right the chaotic misbalance of the local ecology.
I got this. I'm the emperor. I can handle it.
Yeah, I mean you have
Fine.
broad sweeping
Emperor,
powers, you
got
know?
it.
You can just
Yeah.
do what you want. So, yeah, we start in Orangia. What's going on with you, hero?
Well, I'm actually here because of the uproar about the snakes. And I think I'm making like a proclamation, which is very rare, only because of the like huge. Not only was there, you know, the rodent problem decimating like the oranges now, but also like breakouts of plague and stuff. So I like make a state of emergency and get on my chariot and take the highway to Orangia. Um, I mean, I get up on a
Don't
grandstand, I think.
plague.
What was that?
Whatever you do, love, do not tell them about the plague.
There's
Yes, of
like
course.
people throwing up in the
Yeah.
audience with like horrible boils on their face. And you're just like, don't tell them about the plague. I've foreseen. If you talk about it,
Yeah. So I'm like, I have grand proclaim for city of Orangia. This region has been suffering greatly, so I bring great gift to you. For the next 60 days, no work must be done in the fields if you are hunting snakes. Every day, if you are not working in orange fields, you must bring at least one snake to the post office. For each snake you bring, you will get 5 silver to make up for your loss of food work during the day.
but there is a consequence. The drain of that silver on the local economy allows the Senate to begin taking more power in the area as like the royal coffers empty, the Senate's coffers become
Oh, no.
greater. The villainous Dak Cozier strikes again.
And then I'm just like, get off the stage, and I'm just like, thank you so much, Senator, for all your great advice.
End scene. That's good.
Oh, I wanted to just be like, of course, man. But no, scene's ended. I wanted to do something super. I was in the scene. I didn't even get to say anything in character. I just stood in the background and looked. You know,
You got
Adam
it.
Cobley. I'm like, hey guys, what's up? It's me, Senator Dak Cozier. Senate's got your back, man.
You stood there and looked pretty, just like Adam Coble. It's fine.
So royal coffers deplete as the Senate begins to step in and take economic power in Orangia. Perfect. You know, just gotta make the Emperor weaker and slowly erode his power base until the Senate is everything. All right, Emperor Andrei Romanov, you get to do your monologue at the end. You get to just be like, here's my thoughts on what just happened.
The Emperor, let's see. Very happy with the results from solving all problems in Orangia. Look forward to less scurvy in the future. Perhaps a region with some limes would be appropriate to make up for
Just like, yeah, we'll go
shortcomings.
conquer a new land.
Yes. I shall send 40,000 troops north of Orangia to conquer some lands there for lime growing. Despite not knowing what is there or if limes can grow.
All right.
That sounds accurate. That sounds accurate.
So, we now flip, and each of us is going to be playing a new character. So, Hero becomes Fallen. So Virgil becomes Senator Dak Cozier. Fallen becomes Pillar. So I am now Tanya Romanov. And Tanya Pillar becomes the
Hero.
Emperor, the hero. Okay, so Pillar player describes a tradition that's being corrupted by the flaw. Justice, obviously justice. It's got to be justice.
I don't know why you would say that. Like,
And so the new tradition that's the issue that's happening is that trial by combat has become a popular senatorial position, and many senators are slain over seemingly minor arguments. And so, like, the Senate is rapidly depleting itself, and only those senators who are, like, actually strong or had military service or are good sword fighters are, like, staying alive. You know, like Senator Dak Cozier.
yeah. All right. I think I definitely need to be confronting the senator about this.
Okay,
Um,
so the
this is
So we got the questions. Where's the hero? Who's the hero with? And what's the situation?
all right. So the hero is in like his private receiving room.
Okay.
This is not like the emperor receiving room. This is Andre's receiving room. This is, and he's not talking to Senator Dak Kozver. He's talking to his friend Dak. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
Um, and I've just gotten another report of one of these trial by combat um, fiascos.
Okay.
And another senator is dead. So I'm turning to Dak and
What?
wanting
No, wait, wait. I have a suggestion. You don't have to accept it, but I think it'd be amazing if the scene started with Dak coming into the room, like, covered in blood with his sword dripping. You're muted, Virgil. You're muted.
No,
Wiping
that's
the-
perfect.
Wiping the
Let's do it.
sword off.
Yeah,
right?
wiping the sword off. And he's just like, yes, my emperor had to kill another.
Yeah, I'm like, Emperor, I'm late. Was once again challenged for seat on senator.
This is major problem. Now,
Yes.
Dak, you and I be friends long time. And this is something that cannot go on.
Is problem for many, not so much for me. But it is tiresome, and I was supposed to be
18.
doing work today.
18, Dak. 18 senators dead in the last 2 weeks.
I know, and I have 3 judges to appoint, 2 in Orangia and 1 in Kalesburg. But, thank you, Arthur.
The worst place in the world.
Kalesburg. There's like 10 people that live there. Look, I have actually many friends, from my military service days, that I could call upon for help. I'm thinking, you're right, being able to challenge senator is a little much. Perhaps more appointing is necessary. I could appoint a champion for senators, so that way, they have another chance to get back on the Senate rather than bleeding to death in the Colosseum.
Yes, I agree. This is a good idea. You should use non-citizens. They will fight harder, and it will be a new way for them to earn citizenship.
I will find an appropriate list of non-citizens and assign them to senators as they are needed for challenges.
Good.
And scene.
Yeah,
Do you want to corrupt that real quick, or are you good with that happening?
Well, I just want to say that, like he.
You have to say the words,
What was that the line?
but there is a consequence.
But there's a consequence, in that every single one of his enemies in the Senate is going to get appointed a week.
Ah! Oh man, I love how you put him in charge of, like, assigning everyone. Then He's just like, I'll take Alberto Rodolfo, greatest sword fighter in the land. You can get Tim, the steward.
Yeah, pretty much. I think Andre didn't see that coming. He trusts Jack too much. They're such good friends.
I know, he's so wise.
That's why I want to help so much.
You get to frame
Look, watch,
the next...
I'm helping.
Yeah, you get
I
to frame the
framed
next
it.
seed.
Yeah.
Where's the hero? Who's the hero with, and what's the situation?
And it's relating to. Wait, do we have a tag that goes with this? One of our justice? Still?
Yes, it's still justice.
Justice, yeah.
Let's see here. Let's say someone has been caught growing grapes in Orangia. Even after, like, the huge grape thing, which we blamed on the grape growers.
Stupid grape growers.
Yeah, we're like,
Go
you
back to
see,
France.
We're like, this is what happens. See, you grow grapes, and then all this terrible stuff happened because of you growing the grapes. So then I am there. Arthur, you can be grape grower,
Okay.
and I'm convincing you that we need to make a like a public big deal out of this.
Okay.
The hero has to be there. Where's the hero?
Yeah, the hero is there, and I'm trying.
okay.
I've brought this guy like to you.
Oh, you're bringing him in.
That's just like
You're
the first
you
scene that
need
we
to-
had.
We need to make an example of this guy.
Yeah, Dak is just like doing the hookup thing. My name will be Anatoly.
Excellent. So maybe I'm actually also with like 2 Imperial guards that have you like bound, and you're being like brought before the Emperor as like to be sentenced or something, or at least to be charged with like a crime.
Most
So I
holy
like.
Emperor Andrei Romanov. My name is Anatoly. Please, these men are abusing me, and they force me into chains. I don't know what's happening,
Right.
Emperor.
Kneel before Emperor. I kick the back of your knee.
Senator Cozier, why have you brought men before me?
This man is a vintner from Orangia, if you can believe it.
What?
Yes, he has been not only growing grapevines, but inciting others to grow whatever they wish. It's huge. We know that these grapes caused much famine and disease. Shame on you, sir. We must make sure that everyone in Empire knows that this man was punished not just for growing grapes without official seals, but also being part of the problem with spreading the plague and causing scurvy. He will be charged with multiple accounts of murder for the deaths of the people in Orangia.
Please, Emperor, I don't know anything about what he's talking about. I am just simple vintner. I don't know anything about sale of goods or plague or snakes.
Okay, so I walk over to you while you're saying all of this, and I like turn you around, and like I think we said that the citizenship tattoo is on your shoulder, and like I look at your citizen tattoo, and I'm like, I see you were born in France. You moved to Orangia. Try your vintner ways there. Maybe we just send you back to France.
No, please, Emperor. I have family in Orangia now. Friends. People that rely on my grapes. As much as Senate tries to crush grape production in Orangia is very important. We need the wine in order to calm the people. They work all day. They have no entertainment, no culture. We just try to keep happy with alcohol. It numbs, it disinfects, it's good.
And I like grab your shoulder like really tightly, and I'm like, enough! This man must be made to show that the Senate will not abide by people growing without approval. If you do not do this, we will have more mistakes like that in Orangia. You want to lose Kalesburg next?
Give me a moment alone with him, Senator Causer. I have some questions.
Yeah, and I like walk off back into the main part of the palace.
Tell me more about this culture that you say you're bringing with the vine.
Oh, great Emperor. They say long ago they had something like this where people would make music or paintings and others would come and see these things and be happy when looking upon them, or thoughtful or stoic. We spend all day in the field making food now, his entire life. Occasionally someone tells story at night before falling asleep with horrible cripple atrophy muscles. He's tough. We don't get enough beef, not enough protein, but I think what people need is hope. And vino brings hope.
Da. You cannot grow hope on a vine, but maybe out of a bottle.
I have idea for new alcohol, Emperor. You see, I found new potato plant. I can distill it into something called vodka.
This sounds very intriguing.
Scene.
I wanted one more thing.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's probably gonna get interrupted. But
We're just sitting there. He's just like, inconsequence.
he's waiting.
All right.
But with the new land we get north of Orangia, we were going to put in limes, but maybe a new city, new plants. We try these potatoes.
And there's a consequence. Because potatoes are so good that like widespread potato growing is happening, and it's like flooding the market.
So like
literally
people
every
in
single-
France are growing potatoes now. Everybody's like, you can make it into a drink. You can like eat it. It's so good. You can grow them in the winter. These are the best.
Potatoes
Yeah,
are
so-
pretty much the best. I agree.
But also, the other consequence is that the emperor is allergic to potato.
No!
Twist.
My precious vodka!
All right, so Potatopia is established.
I think you could probably still drink vodka if you're allergic to potatoes. It's no longer much potato.
Potatopia.
Potatopia. It's funny because you can call it potentate.
I'm dead now.
The emperor is allergic to potatoes, and I'm gonna let you have that. You can't normally do multiple things as the follow-up.
I mean, it was mostly a joke, Arthur.
It's okay. The emperor is allergic to potatoes, and what was the other part?
Widespread
that they
potato
grow
growing
everywhere now.
Everywhere. They're so popular. Someone invents ketchup, and then
Bootleg potato growth.
And yeah, bootleg liquor, bootleg potatoes, people making French fries, madness.
Madness.
Yep, the empire's breaking down. Like the
Yeah.
seal means
They call
nothing
them
anymore.
French fries.
It's actually so
because-
widespread that maybe even the emperor can't like get all the stuff he normally gets because it's just potatoes, and he can't even eat the potatoes.
Yeah, like everyone's like, man, you know, I'd really love to have some beef, but I got this sweet potato. And since every town's growing their own potatoes, no one's like, oh god, I need beef from Beeftopia. And now they're like all getting scurvy because they're like, potatoes. So delicious. Got a little butter, got a little bacon bits. Apparently we just grow pigs in every town. We don't have like Porkburg? I'm working on it. Baconburg! Bam! Yeah, Baconburg.
I love it.
I'm working on it. And then I was like,
Of course, Baconburg is where the origin of the word burger came from because they,
and bacon.
Of course. Makes
A bacon
perfect
burger.
sense.
So is that
Oh, yeah, a bacon burger is like the sandwich from Baconburg.
Yeah,
It's like
perfect.
classic
I know,
beef
right?
and pig.
See, I knew I would
Baconburger.
think of it, and I was like, Baconburg, bro. It's got everything. It works on 3 levels.
Oh, so good. Okay,
All right,
so
Hero, you get to reflect.
Baconburger with cheese.
You give us your
So-
monologue.
the Emperor is actually pretty happy about Potatopia, and the culture that vodka brings. And only mildly disappointed about personally being allergic to potatoes. Seems like everything's looking up.
As the royal coffers continue to crash under the
Oh,
weight
yes.
of
That's don't
the illegal
funny.
potato growing.
Look. Economics was not my class. Not responsible for that
I'll
part.
remember that when I'm the hero. I am not economist. The economists, they are from, what do you call those things? Abacusia.
Yeah.
It's a small town just off the coast of Kale. We put all of our terrible places in one location.
It
yeah. So, that is the second round of play. We now decide together, are we at the end of the game? If we are, we destroy Haven and we're done. So destroying Haven revolves around each of us giving a short perspective, like a monologue from the hero's point of view, in order, and then like the last player narrates the end of the world.
Gosh, I mean, I feel like I got what I wanted
another
to
round,
do
or do you want to?
accomplished. Like I'm surprised at like how almost exactly how I wanted this game to go as how it did. Like you guys just literally were pulling like exactly what I wanted. Like every time you thought of something, I was like, yes, that's what I wanted.
I'd like to see at least one more round, because we
I'm
didn't
good
see
for one more
anything
round.
from Tanya.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I feel like there's got to be like a Tanya-y round.
She said 2 words.
Yeah. But the pillar's so important because they're apologists. We never had anyone that was like, no, my lord, of course we should continue this tradition. It's very important.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a number of traditions we haven't even looked at yet, so
Yeah.
I'm definitely down for going another round.
Let's, do we want to, like, delay the break, do another round, do the outro thing? The like, collapse, and then that'll be the whole show?
Yeah, that's what, another
Okay,
30
alright.
minutes or something.
As long as no one has to, like, immediately go to the bathroom or get a drink real quick. Then let us continue. Alright,
I
Hero.
have this much beer left.
Alright. Hero, you are the new Fallen. Virgil is now
Pil-
Tanya.
I'm
Elsa is
Tanya.
Jack, and I am Andre.
name is Tanya Romanov.
Okay.
I can foresee future. It's grand.
So, I wait for the pillar to describe what tradition we're having corrupted.
Wait, I decide which one's getting
Yeah,
corrupted
pillar.
now?
You
Oh,
pick,
okay.
You pick a tradition and tell us what's going wrong there, and then we break it down. Gloria Sarstotska.
Maybe people are making because there's like potato problems, prices are going up, right? Of all other foods
Okay.
because the scarcity. So people are making counterfeit hats
Oh
My
to
God.
get discounted food.
So it's going to be a birth problem.
no. Mm-hmm.
That's what it's going to be.
Okay.
Now, Emperor, where are we?
Just give a moment. I must write down.
Must
the health
type
problem.
down.
With the widespread food crisis, knock off imperial hats become a fashion symbol. So, like, everyone is just being like, yo, what's up? I got this hat.
Give me the discount.
Give me the discount. And dude's like, no, no, I know you. You never served Day in Legion in your life. You're a liar. Okay.
Yeah, and then the real Legionnaires are getting denied.
They're just like, okay, we had someone pull this scam. He's like, I go out every day and fight bandits. You
Yeah.
not give me the food? This is big problem. All right, so where's the hero? I think that the hero is probably at. There's a huge mountain that's in the middle of nowhere, and like a winding road that goes up it, and the Emperor is like reaching the end of the road to where there's this enormous altar. And Senator Dak Kozier and Tanya Romanov are both there. And the situation is that it's time for like the sacrifice for the year towards the spirits of the land. And this is a conversation everyone is having. Like the senator is currently informing the emperor of this problem. So we good there, everyone?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. All right, Senator, tell me what the problem is.
How do I phrase this? Now, Emperor, you
Yes,
see,
Liz, Deck, please, just call me Andre. We've been friends a long time.
Yes,
This-
something about the hat. Yes, go on.
there is something important I must tell you, and it is hard. I know you've served your time in the military, as have I, and as has your wife. But now, there is someone who are making hats.
I see no problem with making hats. Hats is good.
Military hats demanding discounts for food. This cannot stand. It will
Tanya,
be-
what are your thoughts on this?
When did the proud citizens of our empire turn to such trickery and deceit? The hat is a mark of honor for all that serve, not something to be bandied lightly for a few silver off of a bag of oranges.
Calm yourself.
This troubles me.
I'm sure you know what I'm about to say, but I will say it anyway. I am worried about economic situation. If people are resorting to such banditry, perhaps it is time to let that situation go.
What? No. Those hats are a mark of. Sorry, I almost became
I
French for a
agree.
second.
Is mark of pride, my love, is not something we can do without. I believe in the right of a symbol for the people serving under us to allow them, since they are not working for making food every day, the discounted food. It's a very important and has always worked.
No.
We will have hungry soldiers if we do not continue to give them discount. Maybe we can come up with solution.
I know you already know what I'm about to say, my love. So you know what solution is, and I'm sure if you felt like it, you could tell me how this all turns out. But I issue new decree here on Day of Carnea, where we offer sacrifice. Hat is abolished. Hats look good and should be on head. Now on, men or women who serve government instead receive mark on citizenship tattoo that show that they get food discounts. That way, tattoo is all inclusive, includes everything, and citizens now continue to get fed. The regular population just has nice warm hat for wintertime.
This is unacceptable solution. You know that.
Dak, I need you to sell this to Senate. It must happen.
The,
I have alternative.
there's
Perhaps a special alloy could be made, and some type of piercing could be employed. That way, you could see the alloy was genuine, made here, and we could also retrieve when they are done with service, so they do not continue to enjoy benefits when not serving.
Oh, interesting. Like cool earring or nose piercing?
I like.
I'm down with it. Okay,
This
his
I
new
can
policy in land.
this is I can sell to Senate. All right, but there is a consequence.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Of course, there is.
I know what I want.
Due to unsanitary conditions, over half of the soldiers are put out of commission for months
With
to
terrible
the killing
infections.
process.
Yeah, because I feel like they would just like get the piercing back and then give it to the next person in line. Yep. Yeah, I mean, well, alcohol cleaning it. You drink alcohol. You don't clean with it.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
haven't figured out that potatoes are like even better than they thought. Uh,
Vodka.
and scene.
And
Yeah.
scene. It's not decommissioned. Much of the military is crippled by infection. Okay, cool.
Or at least temporarily disabled.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Glorious comrade Senator Kelsa, I believe it is your scene.
Oh, what do I? Okay. Okay, this is a scene where the emperor and his wife are inspecting the military ranks. Um, the two of you are at a like training facility, like doing an inspection of a class of basic training that has just graduated.
Excellent. I'm digging it. All right. Yes. Wife, it was your suggestion to use these piercings, and now most of the military is put out of commission by crippling infection. These newest recruits may have to hold the line against bandits for 5, 10 weeks. How did you not foresee this and tell me? This is matter of national imperial security.
Look,
Their realm may fall.
cap problem was very small beginning of issue. You see, continued use of caps was going to cause eventually everyone would stop giving discount, which would lead to the starving soldiers. We would actually have even less now because of terrible food shortages if we had not switched to the earrings.
Why do you not guide us down best possible path where no one is hurt and
This
realm
was-
grows in size?
Ever shifting is the future. This was the lowest risk. Unfortunately, the execution by Senator Dak Kozier was not the best. The earrings are most attractive, though, on the young man.
So yeah, so the emperor is just like, yes, I've been considering getting some earrings myself. I think they would look very jaunty in ears. Yes?
Well, perhaps, husband. Look at this young boy. He lays on his butt the whole time we are here. Why is he not exercising with the rest?
He's doing crunches. Can you not see? He has weak stomach muscle, and like I feel like Emperor Alan Rickman has like a staff and just like pokes him in his stomach, and the guy's like, "Oh!" You see, he is working on stomach muscles, but he's very weak because he does not get enough beef because everyone is cooking potatoes now. No protein.
Yes, is a problem. Also, I foresee problem. People not serving to the full of their abilities might have to have their earrings revoked. Perhaps a
No,
committee.
this
could
is
be
ridiculous. We must support
formed.
military. I am issuing immediate proclamation. Cows and beef may be grown anywhere, so that we can make sure beef production in all cities is up.
But there's a consequence.
I figured that was coming.
Now that beef can be grown anywhere, it is grown nowhere. No one actually wants to take care of cows. And so
It was only because it was the only thing they could grow without
Yes.
being tariffed, right? Like,
Mhm.
there's no good grass, there's no good hay. Cows are incredibly hard to tend, right? And like,
Yep. Now nobody grows cows. It's like anybody can grow cows. You don't have to do
and
it.
we
in
abolish
Cowtown.
Cowtown because
Yeah.
now anyone can grow it, and we changed it into a Limesville
Yeah, no. And now nobody wants to grow cows.
because we never made our Limetown because it got taken over by Potatopia, right?
Potato, yeah.
Yeah, so we abolished Cowtown. We make it Limesville, and anyone's allowed to grow cows, and nobody does.
Potatopia gets me every time. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay.
As the emperor, I now reflect on what's happened, and then we begin the
Mhm.
collapse of society.
Yes.
And that's probably a good place to collapse on, because
Yeah.
not having a military or a steady supply of protein is a great way to just have everyone fall over and die.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. How do you
Um,
feel about this, Emperor Andre?
I now know that my path was poorly chosen. My wife tried to warn me, and I decided not to listen to her. I feel like perhaps the future was written, but there may be many paths, and I chose the poorly written one. They do not have food. The people do not have the food that they need. They are overgrown with potatoes and not enough meat. Okay, so we're gonna choose in reverse order who wants to go last. So basically, who wants to foresee the end of civilization as we know it? Who wants to just be Commander Shepard? We're all gonna do scenes as the hero where we like do like the end of video game thing, like the end of Dragon Age games, where it's like this happened, this happened, this happened. But who wants to be the last?
I'm not really grabbing for it. I'll sure do it though. I'm just
Uh,
not like
I,
inspired with a specific
it's
thing yet.
funny, until you spoke up, I didn't have any ideas, and then one suddenly popped in my head.
Great,
So
because like I
unless
said,
someone has
nothing
a
here.
better idea,
No, no,
I
let's
have
go. Let's
something
do
for the
you.
finale.
All right,
Okay.
Verge, you want to go lead or you want to go second?
I'll go second. You take the lead.
All
Lead me
right,
off.
so we immediately go from there into like the Emperor with his staff, like leading armies from the front lines as Limea, Limea, as like there's rebellions in Cowtown, which has become Limea,
Mhm.
and he sweeps out with his military, and the citizens of Limea like turn on his weakened, crippled military with their vitamin C infused limes, and just their citizens are strong and healthy. They used to have beef cows, and now
So
they've
they
got
still
like
have like
vitamin C.
jerky. Yeah. So they
Yeah,
don't have scurvy or
yeah,
yeah.
they they may not be rich, they may not have great weapons, but they're of physical standard, and all these like legionnaires are all like
Have
infected and
have
like
legions.
sick.
They're legionnaires.
Yeah,
Oh,
legionnaires.
so good.
So the Emperor's like leading the front lines of the battle, and yes, eventually they do retake Limea, but it costs too many people on both sides. Like the citizenry is wiped out, and the legions are crippled and unable to advance, and the Senate takes control of like the various towns as the senators return home and like begin drafting militias, and that is my contribution to the end.
Okay, excellent. Yeah. Um, I think we just get like these sweeping like helicopter shots of like
Thanks, Michael
super
Bay.
what?
Thanks, Michael Bay.
Yeah, you're welcome. Of super like low tech, bloody, gory battle of like people fighting against the weakened armies of the senators. Like we see like no one's wearing the imperial colors anymore. Uh,
Oh, like each town's color is
yeah,
what?
and they're like people are fighting each other with like shovels and pickaxes in like full battle scale fights.
People
Uh,
are like dual wielding trowels you would use to
yeah,
dig up
yeah,
potatoes.
uh, yeah, and then there's like just flashes of scenes of people in like burnt out buildings, just like starving to death. Uh, People are like ripping like grass just off the ground and trying to like make soup out of it. Um, yeah, and then there's like just you know, uh, like littered dead bodies like eventually on the ground. Like people are dying. There's no one to pick the dead bodies up even.
You're a monster, Virgil.
I know I'm
This is
good at
so
it.
perfect considering what I had as my vision of the end. This is leading up to it so
That's what I
perfect.
was saying. This whole game has been like that.
Oh my gosh.
It's called
Okay.
Downfall for a reason, not Creatorsville.
Create
All
beauty.
right. Are
It's not
you
called
ready for
Farmville.
this? Are you ready for this? Our final scene is an empty road leading to a burning city, as a potato vine slow like slow-mo just climbs up through the asphalt or
Like
like
cracks the
paving
asphalt and
stones.
lifts it up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
I love
potato.
that.
It's a potato plant, very distinctly a potato plant, and there's nothing else. That's it.
Oh, that's it. There's like no people.
There's no
It's like,
people. There's like a burning city. It's been burning for months, and there's a potato plant growing in the middle of the road.
well, that's it, everyone.
Highway.
Potatoes destroyed society.
Yeah,
Yep.
who would have thought? They were
That's
too good, is the problem.
so that's us playing Downfall.
Mm-hmm.
That's us playing Downfall. We got it done in 2 hours. Obviously, if you wanted to do more rounds, it could easily take upwards of 4, and it only requires 3 players and 7 index cards. So
Yeah.
there you go. Remember, you can pick that up at lessthan3games.com/downfall. So let's do some outro here. Talk about who these folks are. Virgil, who
Yeah.
are you? Where can people find you? What do you do? Once again, just in case there's anyone who
Yeah,
hasn't seen
if you
you
missed it
before.
before, I'm doing streaming over at twitch.tv/Zircon5. If you're in the chat, you can just click my name. If you want to sub and check out some more roleplay action, world creation, dungeon world, fiasco games, I'll probably run some of this because I really enjoyed it. Maybe I'll run like a space one next Tuesday. Go follow the channel. That sounds like a good plan. Because that did sound very fun to do in a space environment. More explosions and blowing up planets. If that sounds
Just
good,
use one of the elements as gravity, and then you just throw
Yeah.
planets at each other.
yeah.
Oh,
So
damn.
yeah. Go follow the channel if you want to catch some of that, and make sure you're followed here at AP Gaming because I do a ton of gaming here, and you don't want to miss it because it's good stuff like this one.
Kelsa, who are you? What are you doing? Where can people find you? Boom.
I'm Kelsa. You can find me on the internet at Kelsa on Twitter or Kelsa Delphi here on Twitch. Put that in the comments chat section. There we go. I stream sporadically on my own channel for various video games, most recently Tharsis, which that was fun.
Oh, are you
I
eating people?
Yeah, I ate some people. It was good. Um,
Like
They were
Soylent
good,
Green.
tasty.
so tasty. I've been playing a lot of that, but only streaming a little bit. But hopefully more. I stream a Dresden Files game over the weekends. Which exact day I'm gonna have a schedule up soon, TM. Then on Saturday mornings I do a Shadowrun game. We're playing second edition. It's pretty crazy. My character is a dwarf doctor that knows nothing about Shadowrunning except what she's read in the Mirror Shades manga. Um, and so she has a pretty horrible idea of what Shadowrunning is about, but all of the other people in the game are actually decent Shadowrunners. And so she's kind of along for the ride. It's pretty hilarious. Let's see. And that's pretty much what I do.
Okay. And, I mean, if you're watching this, you probably know who I am. But on the off chance that you don't, I'm APGamingREAL, a.k.a. Arthur Perkins. And you can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, all at APGamingREAL. Go ahead and click on that follow button. That's, okay, my camera's reversed again. It's over here beneath my face. It's like, oh man, it's hard to like aim.
Yeah, I know. It's
I
like
feel like the axes are reversed.
no,
Go
yeah,
click
it's like
on
when
the...
you're playing
Yeah.
a video game and the enemy hits you that reverses up and down and left
Oh
and
yeah,
right.
like Beyond
Yeah,
Good and Evil.
that's hard.
Yep. Yeah, so go ahead and click on that follow button. Go down to that panel that says YouTube. Go there because this is going to be on YouTube, as are all the other cool one-shots that I've done. And yeah, that's the thing. This is a fight. We are fighting. Thank you for joining us here tonight, guys. And I will see you maybe tomorrow. Definitely by Sunday. I'll definitely be back by Sunday. Have a good night.
Good night, y'all.
Da-na-na-na, da-na-na-na, da.